So over the past few weeks, we have seen weakness in the Singapore banks again, DBS, UOB, and even OCBC, right? So we are hitting to some of those pretty decent, attractive levels whereby we have rebounded over the past few months. So is it a good time to think about getting in again, to get in on discount, to ride any reversal? What it is right now? Joey here, top tier reminder trader in Philips Securities. So in this video, we're looking at the three Singapore local banks: DBS, UOB, and even OCBC, right? These three banks, we are kind of like deep a little bit. It looks quite attractive, but let's take a look at some of the levels whereby we can think about positioning ourselves to ride any recovery or reversal. What are some of the key support levels? What are some of the targets we can look for in the short term whereby it might potentially rebound to there? All right, and what does it say right now on the charts, right? So we'll dive into the charts for three of these banks, DBS, UOB, and OCBC, and we'll see how they look and how they look like, going forward into the second half of 2022. Let's go. Okay, so this is DBS here trading about $30.42, right? Here you can see we are pretty much trading back towards the $30 psychological support level whereby we have been holding, right, over the past like 5 to 6 months, and I've talked about this level in previous videos as well, right? So you can see that this is where we are right now, and support wise is quite clearly around the $30 mark. This was where we kind of rebounded once, all right, over here somewhere in November last year. We kind of neared it, all right, in March before it started to see quite a good rebound. And over the past few weeks, unfortunately, we broke down this 33 support level. So 33 was a little bit of a support. Look at this right here. It's a resistance to support, and of course we kind of broke down this support right here on this day, all right, on the 10th of May, and started to see a little bit of selling coming back. Of course, with the short term, we did see like this 20 days green line, the 20 days moving average pointing down, and prices of course went below the 20 days moving average, and that's why when we broke this like 33 support level, it doesn't look that good in the short term. So it started to go down, a little bit of consolidation here over the past 2 to 3 weeks, but we kind of like neared that $30, got a little bit of a reversal candle here, rebounded to like near 32, and we are back down again, right? So I think that is pretty much the level right now to watch, the $30 psychological support level. Hopefully we do see some good bargain hunting. Let me just go to draw some reversal targets that can come out right here all the way to maybe 32 to 33. I think 32 would be kind of like a temporary resistance as well, but I think a firmer one would be somewhere around that 33 level, right? So yeah, perhaps if we do see something like a good bullish reversal candle, like a hammer or something around here, that would be a good thing. When I would say that right now in the short term, we might still see a little bit more downside. Why? Look at this right here. As I mentioned, this 20 days moving average line, look at this. This green line is still sloping down, and of course prices are still below this green line. So in the short term, to be honest, it looks a little bit weaker still, all right? It looks a little bit weaker unless we can like get past this $31. I think we can go above that 31 with this green line, all right? This 20 days moving average kind of like sloping upwards eventually, then that could be a good thing. I mean, in terms of prices going back above the 20 days short term moving average. Right over here, you see this line starting to slope up and prices going above. I think that could point towards a good short-term reversal all the way back to maybe that 33 level, right? So this is what we can expect, all right? Of course, if it does head down here, we might see a little bit of consolidation, right? That could be the phase whereby I might consolidate here from 30 to maybe 32 in the short term. Let me just draw it for you. That's what can happen as well. We might actually consolidate from 30 to 32 before we see a bit more direction, probably some stability, and of course the moving averages might start to flatten out, and we can prepare for a good reversal as well. All right, so just take note, right? $30 would be a good psychological support level whereby we have rebounded once in November, and we'll see if we can hold over the next few days, because now it's like slowly hitting there. You can see like today the low was at about $30.30, right? Low as $30.30. I think previously 25th May, just about 3 weeks back, the low was also $30.30. So yeah, it seems like we have rebounded 2 times from this $30.30 2 times, and yeah, it looks like a pretty decent support from $30 to $30.30. I think buyers are starting to come back up. So if you're looking to get in on dips to catch any rebound, I think that could be a good zone, all right, with this $30 holding, right? If unfortunately if we see this like breakdown of this $30 psychological support, then we may see more short-term weakness all the way towards the next support level, and that would be here, all right, and that would be the $29, pretty much back to where we were in 2021. Last year, for like almost a year, we have been holding above this $29 as well. All right, so this is DBS right here. So far, it looks like we are heading towards the $30 to $30.30, and buyers are looking to come back out like what we're seeing right now. Okay, let's take a look at UOB right here, trading at about $28.07, right? So same thing like DBS, over the past few weeks, we have seen a little bit of weakness coming out when it kind of like rebounded a little bit, and sellers came out to push it back down. Of course, with the market selling off in the US, it started to sell off as well, right? So we are heading back to this very, very critical support level that I talked about in previous videos as well, and that would be none other than the $28, right? $28 level is key, guys. I think I talked about it in previous video. You can see that it was where we were pre-COVID as well, all the way in 2019, 2018. You can see we were pretty much kept below this $28. It was like kind of like touch. It came down, we neared it, we came down, and of course COVID was sort of here. But over the past like 1 year, right, 2 years, in fact 2-3 years, we have just touched it and came back down. And last year as well, in November 2021, we touched it, came back down, and of course we did break this $28, and the rally really started all the way to that 33 upside that we kind of like saw just a few months back right here. So that was the upside when we broke that 28, and you can see right now this 28 has turned from like a resistance level. Let me just show it for you. You can see this is a bit of a resistance here, and right away here a little bit of a resistance here as well. We kind of like sold off. That was just 2 years back. So we have kind of like turned from a resistance to a support level. So we kind of like neared it somewhere in March right here, rebounded another time somewhere in May, just last month, and you can see this is where we are right now, about $28.07, right? So this is pretty much a good support now. I expect some good bargain hunting to come back as well, all the way maybe back to that $30 psychological level. I think that could be the next upside in the short term. We do see a good bullish reversal candle here, maybe like a hammer or something like a bullish and engulfing pattern. I think that can all point to a good reversal sign, right? All the way back up to that $29.50 to maybe at $30. That could be the next upside that we can potentially happen, all right, if we do hold above this $28. So this $28 is key. Look at the market depth as well. One of the ways we can tell if this support is key as well would be by looking at the market depth. So let me just show you what it says on the market depth right here. So we have covered like DBS $30.44, all right, and this is UOB right here, $28.07. So you can just go to right click on the counter if you have access to the market depth data, all right, which kind of like shows you the price level and how many shares are queuing at each lower price level, or maybe how many shares are queuing to sell at each higher price level. So this is like the first level price. You can see 28.06, 28.07, all right, and last done is 28.07. So this is pretty much what most people are saying. If you have not seen the market depth, I think this is probably what you're looking at. There's a bid price, there's an ask price. So if you want to go to buy, you can like buy at 28.06, or you can buy directly at 28.07, and if you want to sell, you can like sell directly. You can sell to the market at 28.06, or you can queue to sell 28.07 or even higher. But what about people queuing to buy lower? Could people be queuing to buy at $28 or 28.01 or 02? The answer is yes, of course, right? There could be people queuing to buy even lower, or I'm not too sure whether you'll get it, but they can actually queue to buy lower. So what are they saying on the market depth that can show that this $28 that I just talked about in the chart is actually a really critical support level? So let me show you the market depth right now, and this is UOB market. So you can see this is like 28.06, is the price that we just saw just now. Right here you can see that it kind of tallies really nicely. You can see 206, 207, 15,900, 15,900. That's 5,000 shares here. That's 5,000 shares. So first level price is the same on the market there. But let's take a look at this $28 level. Look at this right here. So you can see that 28.06, 05, 04, 03, they are pretty much about 40,000, 10,000, 18,000 shares. So quite an average, about maybe 20 to 30,000 shares queuing to sell all the way up to that $28. And what happens at that $28? Look at the number of orders, 283 orders, and there's 195,000 shares, 195,500 shares queuing to buy at that $28, which is definitely a huge amount compared to the rest of the price level. And of course, below $28. Look at it, right? $27.99 and 98 cents and 97 cents is just like a little bit, I mean, compared to the 195,500 shares. So you can see that, just by looking at the market there, you can show that this $28 is definitely one of those key support levels. I mean, you can imagine if this support level were to be broken right here, then, it's pretty much like weakness can set in, because the number of buyers at this 27.99, 98 is just a little bit, and that's where prices can push down much lower as well with this $28 support being broken. But right now you can see that this is still a huge support level. As we near it, buyers might still come up to defend this level. So yeah, I hope I can come and share with you a little bit on how market that have shown that this $28 is a support level as well right here, and this is where we are heading to. We might hit to near, it might not even go to 28. I think it nears it, and it might start to just rebound from there as well, like what we have seen. I think previously this was in May. I think the low in May was at about 28.08, right? I think somewhere around here in March as well, the low was about 28.20, right? So now it kind of like went a little bit closer to 28. So you see, right? We'll see whether it can hold above 28 over the next few days, next few weeks. I think that would be critical. If we can, good. We might see a temporary, I think, upside, maybe a little bit of resistance coming in. Let me just go to draw another resistance line right here. I think resistance was about like $30.50, but it seems like over the past 2 weeks, this has kind of like formed as a little bit of a resistance right here, maybe about $29.50 to $29.60 right here. So that could be the short-term upside rebound. Hopefully we see a little bit of consolidation in this phase here before the reversal happen. And yeah, as I say, if we do get back above this 20 days moving average line right here, you can see still pointing down, prices below. So you might consolidate here. This green 20 days moving average line might start to flatten out. And that's where it might start to consolidate in this range from 28 to 29.50. All right, so this is UOB right here. We are nearing the 28. Let's see if this critical psychological support level can indeed hold over the next few days. Okay, OCBC right here trading at about $11.77 right here, right? So you can see that over the past 3 weeks to a month, we have been pretty much back to this sideways consolidation phase. I think it's quite clear here for OCBC. It's not that bad. I mean, in terms of like prices pushing lower and lower, we have seen that in DBS and UOB, but OCBC seems to have found a little bit of support, and we're not really pushing lower. Instead, we become like rebounded higher and just like moving sideways, right? Why do I say sideways? Look at this right here. I mean, compared to like DBS and UOB, whereby the 20 days moving average, remember the green line I talked about, right? It was like pointing down with prices below that line, right? So that kind of like points towards more weakness in the short term. But for OCBC right here, look at this green line. Yeah, I mean, initially it was like sloping down, all right, because prices was below it. But over the past 1 week plus, we have kind of like got above this green line. We have kind of like got above this green line. That's a good thing. And you can see that this green line is not really pointing down. It's like sloping sideways, so it kind of like points towards a sideways consolidation in the short term. All right, and that would be the range right now. I think it's quite clear, $11.50 to about that $12. This is pretty much a range we have seen over the past 1 month right here. That is pretty much the range. So I think that would be the range right now from $11.50 to $12. If we might just consolidate here, moving up, and yeah, I think now we're seeing a little bit of weakness. We might start to hit down below. If we break the 11.70, I think we might start to hit down below towards the 11.50. Might start to rebound up again, and that could be like the near-term consolidation rate. So a little more sideways, I would say, for OCBC, and we didn't really push down to like the previous supports that we've seen like previously. I think the previous support was like $11, somewhere around the $11.20-30. I think that's where we saw support, but not even there. It seems like 11.50 is kind of like holding on for now. So it looks a bit more stable. This is OCBC. We'll see how it plays out. If we can break that $12, I think that level is key. If you can break the $12, I think potentially all the way back up to $12.50 to maybe even the $12.60 level. That could be the upside. But right now, I think $12. Let me just change this to red in color. I think that is the resistance level right here. Yeah, so that is the $12. That would be the immediate psychological resistance. You can see we have been trading below. This was where we were somewhere in November last year. We broke up, went up, came down, and obviously now that would be the resistance level. Alright guys, so there we have it. We have covered the 3 Singapore banks, DBS, UOB, and even OCBC. So I hope we now have a kind of like a clearer picture of where we are for each of the banks, what are some of the key support levels that you want to focus on, especially the $28 for UOB that you want to take note of as well. I kind of like dive deeper into like the market depth to kind of like see why is that a good support level, and I hope you have taken note of that level. So yeah, I hope you have a better idea of each of the banks, where we are, and if you're looking to position yourself and the banks as well for a good recovery, where are those good levels you can take a look as well, alright, if you're kind of like catching the rebound for the longer term. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. Joey here. If you do like this video, guys, go ahead to give me a like as well. It will definitely help out the channel, and of course smash the subscribe button so that you will not miss out on any videos like this. Joey here. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts on these three Singapore banks. Let me know what's the biggest takeaway, and I'll do my best to answer each and every one of your comments. Thank you so much. Take care.